Hey, welcome back to Inside the Mindshift. I'm your host, A.G. McCallum. In our last episode, we stepped into the darker corners of my educational book Mindshift. Why I wrote it, what influenced it, and how my university courses shaped the themes woven throughout. This week, we're scheduled to have a guest speaker join us, but due to a recent medical procedure, she is unable to discuss her criminology topic just yet. We're wishing her a smooth and full recovery, and we'll keep you updated on when she'll be able to return to Inside the Mindshift. Feel free to send your well wishes in the comments section, and I'll make sure they reach her. For today's episode, we're shifting gears. I'll be breaking down a few select scenes from my upcoming book, set to release on October 31st, 2026. Think of this as an episode of Behind the Pages. A closer look at what inspired this story, how it connects to my life, and the people who shaped it along the way. Let me start by saying that the way I write my books is always connected to me in some way. Sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly. My stories are shaped by past experiences, moments I've lived through, and emotions I've carried. I'm not saying every detail in my books is pulled straight out from my life, but many scenes are built around things I've felt, witnessed, and survived. So I guess you could say my work is either a blend of fiction and nonfiction, depending on how you as the reader interpret it. I've written in both genres, but my psychological thrillers and horrors tend to sit right in the middle. A nice mixture of imagination and lived reality. The reason I wrote this book was to take pieces of my own life, the hard moments, the complicated ones, and transform them into a story. The setting itself isn't based on any real places. It's entirely fiction. But the emotions behind it, the intentions of the characters, the shadows they carry, those are very real. I think many of us have gone through situations we wish we could forget, or trauma we've had to learn how to live with. This book is my way of taking something real and reshaping it into fiction. I know a lot of us deal with our own demons. For me, that includes major depressive disorder, anxiety, panic attacks, and PTSD. Sometimes I like to use the word neurospicy to describe how my brain processes things. It's not really a medical term, it's just a playful way people usually describe neurodivergent experiences like ADHD and beyond. Through all of this, I've learned that writing helps me cope. It gives me a way to express the heavy things while still creating something fun, spooky, thrilling, and entertaining. I know psychological horror isn't everyone's genre, but if you enjoy Stephen King, I think my work might just tickle your fancy. Writing and publishing my books have become an outlet for me, a way to function on my good days, and a place to pour the misery from my bad ones. Some days I can write for hours. Other days I manage to write a single line before shutting down the computer. I honestly believe that people with a bit of neurospiciness make incredible writers because we feel deeply and connect intensely with our characters and people around us. And of course, there are countless amazing authors out there who draw from their own life experiences to inspire their next book. We all create from somewhere, am I right? If you are someone who believes in real hauntings or ghost stories, this one might catch your attention. In my prologue and throughout my book, coming out this October, I touch on a story about a hospital morgue. My grandfather used to do electrical work in an old hospital, and he told us about the storage units in the morgue, banging back and forth with nobody touching them. He had witnessed it firsthand with a colleague of his. That moment stuck with me, and it has become one of the eerie threads woven into the book. Before we wrap up this episode, I want to take a moment to share something a little more personal. Writing has never just been a hobby for me, it's been a lifeline. A place where I can take the things I've lived through, the heavy moments, the confusing ones, the ones that left marks, and turn them into something I can hold, shape, and understand. There are days when my mind feels loud, when depression or anxiety or panic tries to take over. And writing becomes the only space where I can breathe. Some days I'm lucky and the words flow for hours. Other days, I just manage a single sentence before I have to close my laptop and step away. But even on the hard days, the act of writing reminds me that I'm still here, still creating, and still moving forward. I've learned that stories don't just come from imagination. They come from the parts of us we don't always talk about. The fears, the memories, the trauma, and the strange little moments that stay with us. And when I write, I'm not just building a world for readers. I'm building a place where I can process my own experiences securely, piece by piece. If you ever felt neurospicy, or if your brain works in ways that feel different from everyone around you, you might understand this and relate to it. People like us tend to feel deeply. We connect intensely. We notice things others overlook. And sometimes that makes us powerful storytellers. Writing has given me a way to turn pain into purpose, fear into fiction, and lived experience into something that might resonate with someone else. And even if one reader feels seen, understood, or inspired because of something I've wrote, then every difficult day spent at my keyboard is worth it. I want to thank you for coming back today, and thank you for stepping inside the Mindshift with me. Next episode, we'll have another special guest speaker. This is A.G. McCallum, and you've been listening to Inside the Mindshift. Remember, the mind hides more than it reveals.